am now going to rescan this image, even though nothing has shifted, but I want the candle wicking to show up in my scan before I do the next step. So I'm going to grab the leaf, image scan, and OK. Of course, if you had the Altair Meridian, you would just take your hoop out, snap another photo, and put it back in. Easy peasy. But what I'm going to do here, and I will show you once it's done scanning. So that little leaf, on two sides of it, I've already got candle wicking on one side, and I've got the decorative chain stitch on the other side, another one I really love to use. So once I do my outline to get my decorative fill in, I'm going to have to retrace, simply because it's not going to be a solid line all the way around it. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to darken this image up. We'll pull this a little bit closer to the screen so you can see what I see. There we go. Okay, so come here, you. Cord, you go away from the mouse. Talking to the camera cord. There we go. Okay, so I'll darken this up for a moment so you can get a good look at it. Now in this image, that's just at 100%. So it's that little leaf in the center of the screen is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to bring this up to 200. And now you can see that candle wicking so much better. Just set that down right there. And you can see my pebbles. So when I squish this down, you can see up here, that is the chain stitch running along the edge of that petal. So for my decorative, I will draw a line from here to here after I get my decorative fill in, and then only from here to there. And that's where I will use either the chain or the candle wicking stitch. So what I'm going to do first, though, I'm going to do what I usually do, go to 400%. I'm going to go over here to the line properties. There we go. To the line properties. I'm going to select my Thunderbolt and the no-sew and OK. Now, I'm just going to put my line all the way around it, but I'm not going to put it on top of this decorative stitching. I'm going to go just to the edge of it as best I can, and it's all good. I'm going to pick up my lightning bolt. I'm going to go right here like this. I'm going to stop just a hair shy of this decorative chain stitch up here, and follow right around the very edge of it. So as you can see, once it's stitched down, it's really easy to follow because it shows up really well on your screen. There we go. I'm going to knock that down a couple of notches so we can see that a little better. There we go. You can see what we're drawing. It's all good. Let's go up one more. There we go. Yeah, we're going to come down this way. And remember, what I'm laying in right now is not the decorative, it's not the candle wicking. I'm laying in this no-sew line for our quilting design, our decorative fill. Because this line is not actually going to stitch out at all that I'm drawing right now. Almost there. Oops. There we go. Okay. So that's totally enclosed. I'm going to go back out to 100. Now I'm going to visually look at what I have in the hoop so I don't duplicate an adjoining quilting design. Okay. And then I'm going to turn on my fill bucket in the regions area, go to the menu, region property, and I'm going to select the decorative fill area. Back it up just a hair. There we go. And select. And I'm going to pick, let me look here. Curves. I am going to select something totally different. I am going to select this geometrical triangular shape and select OK, and OK, and that. And that's what that one is going to be. So now I can go, now that I have that in there, I can go back and I'm going to activate I'm going to go back to the line property menu and I'm going to leave my lightning bolt on and I'm going to select the candle wicking again because I'm going to draw with my candle wicking, okay? And I'm going to select, I'm going to turn it blue and select OK. Okay. Now, I'm going to, once again, I am going to go up to 400%. And I'm going to come over here to this back end. There we go. And I am going to start it right next to that chain stitch. It overlaps it a little bit, and that's okay. I'm going to stop it right at the edge where I touch this other line of chain stitching right there. Right up next to it. And that line's done. Now I'm going to select my paintbrush and that will finalize that line. Touch the paintbrush. And now I'm going to select my lightning bolt again. And I'm going to move on to a different area. Okay. So I'm going to move over here to this edge. And I'm going to lay down, turn my lightning bolt back on, and I'm going to draw from the edge of this chain stitch around this other area down to my other candle wicking. So long story short, this is how you would do it if you don't want to rehoop it after it's been entirely quilted. Now remember, what you're clicking now, it is going to stitch out in candle wicking stitches. Just remember that. So take your time, make it nice and neat, because what you're drawing now will actually stitch out. There we go. Now I'm going to touch my paintbrush again to end that line of drawing. And there we go. So now I'm going to select the next button. Okay. And as we can see on this, check it out, that preview, there's the candle wicking around the front of the leaf and the back of the leaf right there. Okay. So I'm going to leave my design at 100% for my background fill. The only thing I'm going to change on these settings this time, I'm going to turn my outline on, and I'm going to set my stitch for the fill. I'm going to put the thickness at a single thickness. Okay. You cannot adjust the thickness of the thread for the decorative stitching or the candle wicking. So let me go back and select that again. I want thin and OK. And then I'm going to select the set button. I want to make sure my outline is on and OK. And now I can select the set button. OK. That's exactly what I want right there. And now the embroidery screen. So once again, now I am going to hit the plus and needle, plus, minus, and plus, and set it to the first stitch where the actual needle drop is. Okay. I'm going to pull up my thread. There we go. Needle down, needle up. Grab that bobbin thread, pull it out about 3 or 4 inches so you can hold on to it and press the start button. Okay. So now it's asking me to stitch down the actual candle wicking. So I'm just going to select the start button. And we're just going to go for it. Okay. So that little flower petal is now complete.